السلام عليكم. وعليكم السلام. I got nuggets. Yeah.
Is that mandatory?
The what? Just for YouTube. YouTube channel. Yeah. Yeah. Decided to drive to Kia down Sydney and overheated it 3 times. So we left it down there. My in-laws took their car. So now we're thinking of sending the Kia car because it was the gas car. It's like stuff. So, I don't know. We took it to the mechanic there. They told us that it's better to replace the engine or separate because apparently there's like different. Yeah. Yeah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونتوب إليه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله أما بعد عباد الله فأوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله فقد فاز المتقون وأذكركم ونفسي بقول الله تبارك وتعالى يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. Our praise is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. With the footsteps of the believers to the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And with the sujood of the men and women of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. تتجافى جنوبهم عن المضاجع يدعون ربهم خوفا وطمعا ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Some of you separate yourself from your bed during the night. Why? خوفا من العذاب وطمعا في الثواب. Not only that, and when you wake up during the day, you earn, you work hard and earn and give as a help to those in need for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And it is not easy to stay on this platform and watch these faces every Friday, knowing that the only reason why you responded is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the call. He said in the Quran, يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم واعلموا أن الله يحول بين المرء وقلبه وأنه إليه تحشرون. To be chosen to say yes to the call of Allah is the best asset in our life. When we see our footsteps are driven by Allah's order, because Shaitan also made his order. But to make it short, from last Fridays we come to know that no one without pain, no one without fights of life and death, nobody is exempted. Regardless you obey Allah and be good, you still will go through problems and hardship and trials. Regardless you disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even disbelief, you will go through the same pain. But the difference is that إن تكونوا تعلمون فإنهم يعلمون كما تعلمون وترجون من الله ما لا يرجون. We have a hope. Those people who are struggling because that is the right thing. For example, you are struggling in your marriage life, but remember, you married. You will have a hard time from your husband, hard time from your wife. But the good news is that you are going through this hardship on your way to Allah. You did everything correct. Struggling within the marriage, it is part of the test of life. Some people, they are struggling within that, not married together in haram way. And they go through the same pain and disappointment and hardship with no hope. Suffering in the wrong place with the wrong person. So everybody will suffer anyway. But this suffering, as we know, it is Allah preparing you for what He prepared for you for Jannah. Ala inna sil'at Allahi ghaliya. The commodity, the merchandise of Allah is very expensive, that is Jannah. Ala inna sil'at Allahi Jannah. A day will come, it will be over. And everything did not make us give up. We will say, Alhamdulillah, I hold on, I didn't give up. It is over, and the reward will be there. But everybody will go through the same hardship. 2 days ago, the news came to me of a lady in my village who died. Her name is Rahma. And you remember, since your childhood, you heard some people spoke, and some of their words engraved in your heart. You never forget that. And when I heard that lady pass away, Rahma, and she died when she was 90 years old. I remember Rahma when she said, and I was around 6 or 7 years old, when she said out of anger, when Allah gives you birth, He gives you more than birth. I didn't understand her phrase that time, but when I grew up, I recall the phrase. As you know, kids memorize everything we say. And they learn the language from us, especially from the mother. And that's how we say to you, what is your mother tongue? So we have to be very careful what we taught them. We remember what our teachers said and our parents, even our friends and the people in the village. That is how glowy or sticky our mind is when we are little ones. We have to be very careful around children because They are naturally learning everything from her. But she said this, if Allah gives you birth, He gives you more than birth. And what is that? Because there is a problem happened in the village, and her daughter was involved in that problem. And when she heard the news, she put her hand on her head and said, hey, when I'm home of Rome, I remember this picture. I saw Rahman when she said that, and I got this way. Because her daughter was involved in something that we don't want our daughters or our sons to do certain things, because it brings shame to the family forever. It's very painful. To the extent that she said this phrase, oh Allah, sometimes we are complaining and suffering because we don't have children. But when you give, everything Allah gives, there is a test in it. الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. Life and whatever in it, and death and whatever it is, both of them are trials and tests. We just want to pass. The test of life and the test of death. For us to know that no one without problems, no one without problems. But the difference is that we have to make sure whatever my kids are doing, they didn't see me doing that. Whatever they are saying, they haven't heard it from me. We have to walk the talk and tell them to follow us all the way to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But Allah made life not easy for nobody. Today I want to learn with you and live with you up to ayah 20 in Surah Al-Anfal, from where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe. He didn't say Ya ayyuhan nas, because everybody is a human being in a way. But the believers, that is another title that makes someone become special. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O you who believe, ati'u Allah wa rasulahu, obey Allah and His messenger. وَلَا تَوَلَّوْا عَنْهُ, and don't reject, and don't go away, and don't deny or ignore what the Prophet said. وَأَنْتُمْ تَسْمَعُونَ, and you heard it and you know it. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا أَطِيعُوا اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ وَلَا تَوَلَّوْا عَنْهُ وَأَنْتُمْ تَسْمَعُونَ وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ, and don't be like those who say we heard, but they don't follow what they have heard, just like they haven't heard. The real way to hear is when what I heard can inspire me to change the way I do things. And that's why Allah spoke to us through the Quran. And He told the Prophet ﷺ not to speak out of his desire, but to speak what Allah allowed him to say. وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. The Prophet ﷺ does not talk like us, out of desire, out of love, or hate, or self-interest, no. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. Whatever He says to the world, it is inspiration from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ قَالُوا سَمِعْنَا وَهُمْ لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. And then the next ayah says, who are the worst people walking on earth? Who are they? إِنَّ شَرَّ الدَّوَابِ. إِنَّ شَرَّ الدَّوَابِ عِندَ اللَّهِ الصُّمُّ الْبُكُمُ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْقِلُونَ. The worst one who are stepping on earth are those as some, the deaf, willingly, they don't listen to what is right. Al-Bukum, the speechless, willingly, they will never open their mouth and say to somebody, what you are doing is wrong, don't do that. We have the social responsibility of Al-Amru bil-Ma'ruf wa Nahyu al-Munkar. These are the worst people. وَلَوْ عَلِمَ اللَّهُ فِيهِمْ خَيْرًا لَأَسْمَعَهُمْ وَلَوْ أَسْمَعَهُمْ لَتَوَلَّوْا وَهُمْ مُعْرِضُونَ. Even worse, as these people, they hear and they know the truth, but they choose to go away from that truth. And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا اسْتَجِيبُوا لِلَّهِ وَلِلرَّسُولِ إِذَا دَعَاكُمْ لِمَا يُحْيِيكُمْ. Or you who believe, respond positively to Allah and to His Messenger when He is calling you to give you something that will provide you with real life. يا أيها الذين آمنوا استجيبوا لله وللرسول إذا دعاكم لما يحييكم واعلموا. Once you are able to hear and listen, you better listen and live up to what you have heard. Why? Because a time will come, Allah will put a barrier between you and your mind. You cannot think right anymore. Between you and your eyes, you cannot see anymore. Between you and your ears, you cannot hear anymore. All of this will come later, maybe soon or later. And when it happens, وَعَلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ يَحُولُ بَيْنَ الْمَرْءِ وَقَلْبِهِ وَأَنَّهُ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. Sometimes what we say, it is so bad that it will become a wall between me and seeing the truth. Sometimes what we look at, it is so bad that it will become a wall between me and the truth. And sometimes the places I go and the people I spend my time with can be that. وَأَنَّهُ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. And in the end, we all will be gathered again and resurrected in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَاتَّقُوا فِتْنَةً لَا تُصِيبَنَّ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا مِنكُمْ خَاصَّةً وَاعْلَمُوا أَنَّ اللَّهَ شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ. And avoid the fitna, the problem, the musibah. When it comes, it will not only target those who did wrong, but also those who were quiet about it. Nobody said anything when the fitna comes, and the adab, it includes those people who didn't do it, but they were silent about it. And that is the problem of our social life. Can we have real friends who will look at us in the eyes and say, oh my brother, I'm sure what you did is wrong, or what you're doing is wrong. Don't do that, not good for you. These are the best people in our life, but sometimes we don't like them. Because the truth they have irritated our demons, and we classify them as enemies. This is a musibah. But only those who really love you from their heart for the sake of Allah will not hesitate to remind you, oh my wife, that is wrong. Oh my husband, that is wrong. Oh my son, oh my daughter, and so on. Only the truthful people will do that. The verses are so long, but I want to learn with you today one ayah or two ayahs. The one ayah, Allah describes some people's behavior in the masjid. So from time to time while I'm standing here, I can see within it the fiqh of the masjid, how to treat the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The same few verses after this ayah say, وَمَا كَانَ صَلَاتُهُمْ عِنْدَ الْبَيْتِ إِلَّا مُكَاءً وَتَصْدِيًّا فَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابَ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. What is the purpose of my presence in the masjid? We have to know this. Why I'm going to the masjid? Knowing that the people we admire around the world, because of their art, when they are practicing their art, they focus 100%. For example, if we love soccer and we watch the soccer stars, while they're worshiping that soccer, that is their God, they live and die and earn and fight for that title, a soccer player. You never see them on their mobile phone in the soccer field, never. But I can see myself as a believer on Friday, the only day it is compulsory for me to come to the masjid, to the house of Allah, To present myself, I see myself in my phone, in the house of Allah, and I say Allahu Akbar. But وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ. I don't respect Allah the way He deserves. What happened to our Iman? How come the soccer player trusts and believes in his soccer more than me with my true Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What happened? So we need to restudy again the adab and the manners of the house of Allah. This is a place of silence. We have to make sure we don't turn this place into arguing, raising our voice, catching up in a loud way. Remember, the believers come here to use their silence, the silence of the place. We're supposed to be more silent here more than the library. Will you ever go to the library and meet your friend and talking loud? No. We submit because we want our mind to grow. In here, we want our soul to grow, and we want our life to become so useful. So we have to be very careful when we enter this place. If you want to make some noise, we go outside because somebody is playing sunnah, somebody came here for the quietness. So we have to, anybody who comes here, don't take them into a vain talking or argument, even accusing other people and saying bad about other people. This is the wrong place to do that. We come here to purify our soul and be silent to talk to our own self. The malaika are here. The good jinn are here. And the believers are here to use their cave in order to be alone, in order to be quiet, and in the moment of silence, we can talk to ourselves very loudly. So we have to remember that, otherwise this ayah talking about me and you. وَمَا كَانَ صَلَاتُهُمْ عِنْدَ الْبَيْتِ إِلَّا مُكَاءً وَتَصْدِيًا. They come to the masjid to do the salat, they say, but they come, raise their voice, arguing, fighting. We don't do that in the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's number one. And number two, again, we have to let our children know the value of this masjid. When we bring them here, I notice in the madrasa classes, the Quran classes, the Sunday classes, we separate the Quran from our life, even when we're learning the Quran in the masjid. And as a father and mother, it is not right when we put on our teenagers, girls, and even little girls, underwear, leggings, very tight, and send them to the masjid this way to learn the Quran. We may have the information from the Quran, but not the encouragement. We have to let them know the glory of this place. We have to submit here. If we turn this place into a fashion place, showing our fashion and show place, we're telling our kids, that's the way you want to anywhere, a masjid, even a kafir comes in here, they ask, how should I wear? They can feel it with their soul. This is the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But when we make our kids get used to that, willingly we have to tell them, يا أيها الذين آمنوا خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد. Oh, you who believe, take your best clothes. The best clothes in the eyes of Allah, not in the eyes of the people. If up to the people, you go out without clothes, they love that sometimes. But the best clothes mean the way Allah wants us to appear in the society. At every sujood and salat time and the place of the sujood. This is a chance for us to tell our children, or my daughter, or my son, going to the house of Allah. Prepare and put you in proper uniform. You are going to meet him, and let the believers see you and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we don't do this, truly, we will see one day in the masajid something we don't want to see. Because we train them and tell them it is okay to do that. Other, every father, every mother, every teacher, we have to remember, Allah does not talk to children in the Quran. You don't see one ayah, others in the kids, others in the parents, how to make your daughter or your son a real Muslim. Kullu mawludin, the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam said, Kullu mawludin yuladu al-fitra. Every newborn will born on the fitra. Fitra means they receive whatever you give to them. They are innocent, they don't know anything until they are told. They have no opinion until they are told. So it's up to the father and the mother to make them take the opinion of as a Muslim or non-Muslim. فَأَبَوَاهُ يُحَوِّدَانِهِ أَوْ يُنَصِّرَانِهِ أَوْ يُمَجِّسَانِهِ. It is the parent who will make this appear like someone who is not a Muslim, as a Christian or a Jew or atheist, because they don't know what to do until we tell them. So keep that in mind, inshallah, because we want Islam to be in our life, and then we have nothing to worry about. وَمَا كَانَ صَلَاتُهُمْ عِنْدَ الْبَيْتِ إِلَّا مُكَاءً وَتَصْدِيَةً فَذُوقُوا الْعَذَابَ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْفُرُونَ. This is one thing to put in mind, inshallah. The way we leave our shoes outside because it's not clean, the same thing will go in here, unless the believers see us. We're doing our best to look at least as a Muslim in this place. It is a last scale. We can really tell our kids, go to the masjid and see Islam. And don't be seen in here unless we are in the uniform of Islam, for the sake of our children to see us walking the talk. Otherwise, we encourage them to learn the Quran, they even memorize it. But they don't know what it means. And they don't have to know, but they have to see it in our life. Another ayah in the same surah, for what is happening around. Now you heard that they have attacked West Bank. Why all of this is happening? For a reason. لِيَهْلِكَ مَنْ هَلَكَ عَنْ بَيِّنَةٍ وَيَحْيَى مَنْ حَيَّ عَنْ بَيِّنَةٍ. We need to know that we will go through problems, always. Even the Sahaba. They face difficulties so badly to the extent that the most shy Sahabi, Usman bin Affan, he ran away on the day of Uhud. Back to Medina, and he kept on running to where is Sham. And he didn't come back up until after 3 days. He came back to Medina, and the Prophet blamed him. Why did you do that? And the people who killed Osman, they reminded him on that day, we're killing you. One of the reasons because you ran away from the Uhud. And he said to them, the Prophet knew that more than you. And he forgave me. And Allah forgave me. So to prove that nobody is an angel, just ask Allah to cover your sins. If Allah exposed all of us, I don't think anybody will listen to anybody. Allah cover us up for us to learn how He loves us and repent, but don't expose yourself. But some people go too far. When Allah covers them, they tell their friend what they have done haram things, and they show it to them, and somebody record it in the media forever. They do something haram and keep it eternal for millions to come in the future, see what they have done while they're in their graves. We don't want that to happen because people remember what we have done. As 7 years old, I did not forget what Rahma said long time ago, complaining about her daughter, why she did that. The same Rahma died 2 days ago when she was 90 years old. And her daughter, Zainab, wasn't there when she died. She left her husband's village and stayed nearly 4 months with her mother, serving her. And the moment she decided to go to the city, because the mother could not eat any food anymore, so she went to bring special food. Before she came back, she passed away. Zainab came back with the food, and she heard the news. She lost and she cried, Mom, I was here serving you for 4 months. I just went to bring you food, and you didn't wait for me at least say goodbye. She cried. What does that mean? My mother left in my absence. Zainab, don't worry, you spend your time with her, to serve her in her last moment. Abu Bakr is a friend of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam all his life. The first man to say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. When the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam died, he wasn't there. He was busy in his farm. And the news came to him and he ran to the Masjid Nabawi and he went into the Hujra. And he uncovered the Prophet and kissed him in his forehead and said to him, Tibta, hayyan wa mayyitan. You are beautiful, you are good, dead or alive. And then he went out to calm the people down. And he said to them, remember, the Prophet ﷺ was a project of Islam. He was an opponent, but not Islam. He conveyed Islam, and he taught you to hold his teaching, not unto him as a person. He even warned the Sahaba, when he died, don't do any gathering around his grave. Because people start to worship graves and make dua to the grave. He warned them. Abu Bakr wasn't there, but all his life was serving the Prophet ﷺ. And due to the shortness of the time, just remember that Adab al-Masjid, inshallah, sacrifice for a few minutes only. Boycott all these things taking away from Allah. Turn off your mobile phone. You can communicate later. This is the time to make our iman go up, inshallah. Help our kids know the value of the masjid and learn how to behave in this masjid. Leave the believers alone. Anyone walk here, leave them alone to praise their sunnah or do dhikr. Don't take them into vain talking. The masjid is made for that. Barakallahu li wa lakum. وجعلني وإياكم من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله ثم الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. Dear believers, to summarize, when we bring our kids here, let us show them how to build the masjid, the way Ibrahim alayhi salam showed Ismail how to build the Kaaba. Make sure they are beside you. They don't play. This is the only purpose. Don't ignore what they're doing because they will think it is okay because my father didn't say anything or my mother. Bring them here to become attached to the masjid in a very good way. And finally, why this is happening concerning Gaza and other places, may Allah interfere as soon as possible, and He will because He promised. ليميز الله الخبيث من الطيب ويجعل الخبيث بعده على بعض فيركمه جميعا ويجعله في جهنم أولئك هم الخاسرون. Men are divided into two. Some people who are helping Israel and some helping the victims. The good will work together and the bad together. Allah will put all the bad people together, all of them, and throw them into Jahannam. Jahannam of dunya before the akhirah. And if I make our life longer, we're going to see the end of what is happening. I swear we will see. Why? Because Allah is there and He will not let them get out. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. اللهم أحسن ختامنا وأخرجنا من الدنيا مسلمين. وأقم الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
استووا تعتدلوا ولا تسرفوا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, Jazakumullah khair for parking in the correct spots today. There wasn't many cars in the cul-de-sac. I haven't seen just a small announcement. Taqwa School has an open day tomorrow from 11:30 to 3:30 p.m. There'll be kids entertainment, jumping castle, popcorn, fairy floss, barbecue, ice cream, and much more. This will be tomorrow, 11:30 to
I'm still here. You lost some weight. I will make some weight gain from the practice.
I want to touch base with them, see if I can get like a box. Yeah, they do. Yeah, this one. If you want me to contact them on this, well, shall I about the message, about the contact, or not? No, they go quick because it's
now it's this way.
Can I come in, Imam?